Welcome back. This is part 3 for the 12th of May. That's the date. And we are at Kcpc in Ventures 4, Unit 8. This is part 3. We're going to be using the book for pages 104 and 105. We're going to be in our workbook on page 98 and 99. So let's start with our student book, please, and turn to page 104. Talk with a partner, answer the questions. Number 1, what is a cover letter? So remember, you're supposed to be talking out loud. Tell me, what is a cover letter? Think about this. How many people have ever sent a fax? And if you're sending a fax, usually you send a cover sheet, right? So the cover sheet is a document or a piece of paper that gives information. The topic sentence is what it really is as to what is coming next. So when you send a fax, you send a cover sheet. When you send a resume, you are sending a cover letter. So it's going to be short, and it's going to tell what is coming in your resume. So what information does it include? So it introduces who you are, what the purpose of your resume is for, what job you're applying for, why you want the job, what you know of the company, and that you would hope to hear from them soon. Right? Just like a job application that we talked about in the pages before, only now you're also including your resume. Resume is your very detailed explanation of your work history, your education and your work history. So here's an example of a cover letter that Esther Itbarek has written. Let's read. Everyone, from Esther Itbarek at aidbarek@umail.com. The subject, teacher's assistant position. To Lynn Stevens at osborg12.edu, and attached is her resume. Notice, too, because this is a business letter, there are no indentations. Everything begins at the margin. Notice every sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with punctuation. And the closing is sincerely, all lined up. Okay. Dear Ms. Stevens, I read your advertisement online for a position as a teacher's assistant. I am very interested in this position and have attached my resume. How do you pronounce that? Resume. R. Resume. Good. I have been working as a teacher's assistant at Hilltop Elementary School for 3 years. In this job, I have taught reading and math to students in small groups. I have also tutored individual students who were having problems with lessons. I'm very interested in child development, and I love working with children. I get along very well with my coworkers, and I'm also skilled at dealing with parents. I am planning to move to a new home in your district. I hope you will call me to schedule an interview. My phone number is 773-555-2673. I look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely, Esther Itbarek. And on the bottom, she has put her telephone number, her return address, and a little summary of her objective and summary of qualifications. So the objective is to obtain a position as teacher's assistant. Summary of qualifications, teacher's assistant at Hilltop Elementary for 3 years. taught reading in small groups, tutored students who need extra help, and bilingual English and Amharic. I didn't look that up, so I'm not sure where she's from, but it sounds like a Middle Eastern uh, language. The culture note. Applicants are usually expected to include a resume, a written statement of their educational and work experience with their cover letter. So the cover letter is a response and an inquiry. You're inquiring as to what it is that is available for that particular position. Page 105. Let's read the little box surrounded by the red line. In the body of a cover letter, include the title of the job you are applying for, how you found out about the job, information about your skills and experience, and how the employer can contact you. So that was the purpose of this information here, was the contact information for the employer. So work with a partner, answer the questions. We're going to be working together. Okay, so who wrote the email cover letter? That's right, Esther Ichbarik. Who did she write it to? Lynn Stevens. And what position is she applying for? That's right, the teacher's assistant position. And where did she hear about the job? I hope you're using complete sentences. The position she is applying for is teacher's assistant. Where did she hear about the job? She heard about the job online, past tense. Next, how much experience does she have? Good. She has 3 years experience. What are some of her skills? So, her hard skills are reading, math, and child development learning. Her soft skills are she gets along with coworkers and she is skilled at dealing with parents. So again, her hard skills are teaching reading, math, and knowledgeable in child development. Her soft skills are she gets along with coworkers and is skilled at dealing with parents. Number 7, what is the purpose of the last paragraph? This is the contact information. The last paragraph is the contact information telling that she wants the job and that she will be living in very close to the place where she will be teaching. So it says, plan a cover letter for a real or imaginary job. Complete the information. This is something that I would like you to do on your own. If you want to email it to me, you can, because I can correct the emails. So this is the planning. This is just the bullet points, the ideas. You don't have to write a complete sentence. It's just the idea, the main idea, or the topic of the thought, so that you can come back and think about it. Because here, they want you to write the actual composition or the actual cover letter using complete sentences. Remember the format, you're writing it for online, and in a business letter, it's all going to be at the left margin. After you write, it says, check your writing. Everyone, my first sentence says the title of the job I am applying for. Number 2, I included how I found out about the job. Number 3, I gave 2 or more examples of my skills and experience. Number 4, I gave information about how to contact me. So you can use this exact format or you can expand on it. It depends on your personality and how much it is that you want to put into this assignment. Okay, so that is the student book part of this lesson. Now, if you would please take your workbook and pick up your workbook. We're going to turn to page 98. So this is an online ad. Read the online ad and then answer the questions. Everyone, help wanted. The public library requires a full-time library assistant in the children's department. Duties include shelving books, working at the checkout counter, reading stories to young children, and participating in our homework helper program after school. You must have experience working with children and communication skills in English and Spanish. Send resume and cover letter to Eric Russell, Head Librarian, Public Library, 500 Walnut Street, Auburn, Kentucky, 42206, or email them to library@publiclibrary.net. Okay. Number 1, what is the job? They're not using a complete sentence. Full-time library assistant. Where is the job? Okay, Public Library on Walnut Street in Auburn, Kentucky. That is the complete location of the job. The Public Library on Walnut Street in Auburn, Kentucky, or 500 Walnut Street in Auburn, Kentucky. Number 3, what are the job duties? That's right. Duties include shelving books, working at the checkout desk, reading stories to young children, and participating in our homework helper program after school. You notice the word program. Notice what my lips are doing while I'm saying P, program, program. They are pushing out and kind of flapping around a little bit while the air comes sliding through. Next, what are the job duties? Oh, we already read that. What skills, and I got lost in my mind trying to think about how to incorporate the sound of the P into this lesson and also the sound of B into this lesson. Notice what's happening to my lips. I'm pursing them together. And then when I push them open, they make the boy sound. Belt, bush. But the P sound sounds like this. Puckering, pucker, program, push, put. Okay, hope you're all happy with that little pronunciation lesson. Read the resume. Gina Morales, 61 Forest Street, Auburn, Kentucky, 42206. gm@cup.org. Telephone number 270-555-4535. Education, Associate's Degree in English, Stone Valley Community College, May 2017. Work experience, 2016 to the present. Teacher's Assistant, 4th grade, Stone Valley Elementary School, 2015 to 2016. After School Math and English Tutor, Stone Valley Elementary School. Volunteer experience, 2015 to the present. Story Hour, Volunteer, Children's Hospital. Skills, speak and write English and Spanish fluently. I realize I forgot to do number 4 just above this. Let's go back here and do number 4. It's kind of like I'm thinking about 10 things at once while I'm doing this because I'm doing the page, but I'm also looking at the time and wanting to make sure that I'm timing everything properly and correctly, so please excuse me. Here we go. Number 4, what skills and experience should the job candidate have? The job candidate should have experience working with children and communication skills in English and Spanish. So does she have the required skills? Yes, she speaks, and she writes English and Spanish fluently. Let's go over to page 99 and review what we just did on the preceding page. Plan an email cover letter for Gina. She wants to work at the public library. Use the information in exercises 1 and 2. So this is very similar to what you're going to be doing in the book on page 105. Today's date, well, this lesson is would have been for May 12th, 2020. Inside address, name and title of addressee, Eric Russell, head librarian. Address, library@publiclibrary.net. Position Gina is applying for. Job title, full-time library assistant. How Gina found out about the job. Online ad. Getting a little ahead of myself here. Gina's experience and skills. Why don't you write that in and do that now? We'll go back and reread. Okay, Gina's experience and skills. So for her experience, it says teacher's assistant, 4th grade, Stone Valley Elementary School from 2016 to the present. After school math and English tutor, Stone Valley Elementary School, 2015 to 2016. Skills, speaks and writes English and Spanish fluently. So remember, she needs an S on the verb. She speaks. You're telling a habit of what she does all the time. She speaks and writes English and Spanish fluently. Okay, so then they are asking you to write Gina's email cover letter. So this would be something that you would be doing at home, right? That's it for this lesson, and I hope you have a lovely day and see you next time.